Joining us on tonight's show, the man of the hour, Jack Nicklaus. Jackie, yesterday you told me that if you shot you were going to shoot a 60-something today. And if you did shoot a 60-something, never said what it was going to be, but if you did, you'd have a whole lot of guys in back you today. You did just that.
Well, I sort of thought that, the Masters is a funny tournament. It doesn't make any difference how many guys are in contention. If you sort of look at what happens, somebody, guys don't necessarily play the back nine that strongly, or sometimes they might get it going, or sometimes they might back off. You just don't know. And I sort of felt like this morning, if I shot 66, that I'd probably tie for the golf tournament. That was my feeling. And if I shot 65, I'd probably win. Well, I didn't know whether I could shoot 65 or not, but by gosh, I did.
What about the significance of Nick Price's 63 now? You knew that the course was playable, and that if somebody had a good round, the course was yielding to that.
Well, I knew the course was playable yesterday. I mean, I shot 69 and really should have shot an awful lot lower yesterday, but and the field knew that too, because the field averaged under 71 yesterday, so I'm sure that's the lowest they've ever had around here. The last 2 days, there wasn't a lot of wind. The greens had to be watered on Friday night, so they accepted the golf ball and they accepted the putter a lot better the last 2 rounds. But I think any great golf course, if it's a good golf course at all, it accepts good golf. If it doesn't accept good golf under the right conditions, then it's not a good golf course, and this golf course accepted it.
Jack, when did you start believing that you could do it? On the back nine, you were 5 shots down from Seve Ballesteros, and I'm sure you were looking up at the leaderboard, and you knew. You saw that big 9 up there for Seve. When did it start happening?
Well, actually, I did see 9 up there as I was playing the 9th hole, as a matter of fact. Because I was only, at that point, 2 under. I was 7 shots behind him at that point. I guess what I was. Because then I birdied 9, birdied 10, birdied 11. Then I was only 4 shots behind. Then bogeyed 12 to go back to 5, or back to 4. Back to 4 shots, I guess. And then he turned around and birdied eagled 13 after I birdied 13. And but it sort of went in a progression. As I got to the 14th tee, I looked up the leaderboard, and there was only 2 fellas in front of me. I was 7, Ballesteros was 9, and Kite was 8. I said, there's only 2 guys in front of me I've got to beat now, as long as I keep playing. I eagled 15. I got to the leaderboard, and Seve was the only guy in front of me. I said, okay, he's got a little bit more golf to play. And, just keep playing. If you can make yourself another birdie or 2, you just might do something. And by gosh, I almost made hole-in-one at 16, and then I made birdie at 17. So he had his work cut out for him. And of course, it turned out it wasn't Seve who turned out being the guy that could tie me.
Jack, tell me what about the walk-up 18?
Well, it actually started about 14. The fans were just fantastic. They were really, they started getting to me, and as far as they started welling up, and they started saying, "Gosh, this is exciting, and it's great to have that kind of support." The people were just fantastic, and but I kept telling myself, "Hey, Jack, you got some golf you got to play. Let's sort of settle yourself back down." And but to be through an experience like that, and as nice as the people were, it was just something you remember all your life.
The green jacket ceremonies, it was an emotional Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah, I was emotional about that. My mother and my sister were down for the first time since 1959. And my son caddied for me in the golf tournament. I've been written off before. I guess I don't mind getting written off again. Everybody writes me off every year I don't win something. But I wasn't about to quit playing golf at age 46 and playing the way I'd played earlier this year. I knew I could play better golf than that, and I was determined, and I was very, very proud of my effort, and I'm a proud human being like anybody else. I don't like to be just written off because all of a sudden you don't make a couple of putts. And so I just went back to work a little bit and said, I'm not going to quit golf playing this way, and I feel very, very fortunate and happy right now.
Jack, finally, how much does it mean to you to get that 6th green jacket on the 50th playing of the Masters?
Well, it's any green jacket means an awful lot, and to win the 6th one, the 6th one is, the last one that you win is always going to be the one you're going to remember the most, and of course the one that you're celebrating at the time. But
are you saying that this is going to be the last one?
No, well, the last one that I've won. I can't win one till next year again, but I don't know. It's to be, I mean, sure, I'm in the latter part of my career. to come back and win the Masters on really on a young man's golf course is something that will stay with me for a long, long time.
You're the only man that's ever repeated here.
Yeah, well, maybe we can do it again. Try it next year, Stan.
Let me get your impression